Okay, start. So, dear student, yesterday we discussed about the mole concept. Today, now we will solve some of the question related to mole concept. So, here is a question. These are the PYQ. So, please be attentive. Here is a question. In which case the number of molecules of water is maximum? We have to find out number of molecules. So, dear friend, first one, what we have here, that is 0.00. Here is 224 liter of water vapor. Of water vapors we have. Vapors mean that is in the gaseous state. So, first of all, we have to change this into the moles. Now, this can be written as 22.4 into 10 raised to power minus 4 liters. I am telling you, first of all, we have to change this into the moles. That is liters, gaseous, vapors are there. Okay, these are the vapors. So, dear student, we can find out number of moles. 22, this is molar volume, into 10 raised to power minus 4. So, that is equal to 10 raised to power minus 4 moles of water vapors. So, then we have to find out number of molecules. For number of molecules, I told you formula that N is equal to number of moles into what? Into Avogadro's number. So, here I can write that is 10 raised to power minus 4 Na water molecules. Okay, Na is Avogadro's number. Is that clear? So, option number 2. Now look at the option number 2. What we have? We have 0. Here is 0.18 gram of water. Gram of water, that is not water vapors. So, dear student, that can be, first of all, we have to find out number of moles. That can be written as 18 into 10 raised to power minus 2 divided by molar mass. How many moles are there? There is 10 raised to power minus 2 moles of waters are there. Is that clear? Now, then we have to find out number of molecules. So, number of molecules is equal to 10 raised to power minus 2 Na water molecules. Number 3, we are given with, here is 18 ml of water. There is 18 ml of water. Dear student, for the water, density is equal to, this is understood that density is equal to, yesterday I told you, 1 gram per centimeter cube. That is density. So, dear, if we are given with its volume in milliliter, so what will be its mass? Mass is equal to 18 into its density. That is equal to what? That is equal to 18 gram. Is that clear? Dear student, please respond. Say good morning. So, this is mass. Now we have to convert this into the number of moles. Number of moles is equal to 18. 18 upon 18. Okay. That is, how many moles are there? There is a 1 mole. 1 mole. And now we have to convert this into the, which one? That is number of particles. That is 1 into Na. Is that clear? Now, dear friend, I am solving for the option number 4. Here is, I am solving, here is for option number 4. For option number 4, please tell me how many moles of water are there? That is 10 raised to power minus 3 mole of water are there. Is that clear? So, dear student, how many molecules will be there? That is 10 raised to power minus 3 Na. So, now please check for the question. Question is that in which maximum number of water molecules is there? In first option, how many water molecules are there? 10 raised to power minus 4. In second option, what are the number of molecules? 10 raised to power minus 2. In third option, how many number of molecules are there? Na. In fourth, how many number of water molecules are there? 10 raised to power minus 3. So please tell me, first year or second year student, this is the class for a repeater. A repeater means after 12th. So, dear friend, please look at the, which one is the correct option then? Then the correct option will be this one. Is that clear or not? Please respond. Then we are moving to next slide, next question. Here is, this is also one of the important question. Now, please check the question. Here is, XY combines to form two compound. First one compound is, which one compound? That is XY2. Is that clear? And he is saying 0.1 mole of this weigh 10 grams. So dear friend, if 0.1 mole of this one weighs how much gram? That is 10 gram. So 1 mole of this compound will be equal to 100 gram. Is that clear or not? Please tell me. Now, the second compound X and Y, they are forming, that is, here is X3 and here is Y2. Now, he is giving 0. Here is 0.05 mole of this compound. It weighs 9 gram. Weight of this one is 9 gram. So, dear student, 1 mole of this compound, 1 mole of this compound will have mass is equal to 180 gram. Is that clear? Now we have two compound. One is XY2 and the second one is which one? That is X3 and Y2. That is made up of X and Y. Is that clear? So, then from this one, now tell me what will be its molecular mass? I am taking X is the atomic mass of X and Y is the atomic mass of Y. Then plus 2Y, that is equal to 100 gram. Please tell me, is that clear or not? In the same manner, here is X3. So this is 3X and plus 2Y and mass of this will be 180 gram. Please confirm me, yes or no? So, dear friend, now look at here. We have a two equation. Now, if I subtract equation number 1 from 2, here is X and plus here is 2Y is equal to what? Is equal to 100, and I am subtracting equation number. Then we will have, here is, there is 2X. 2X is equal to what? That is equal to 80. Please confirm this, yes or no? Then from this one we will have X is equal to, this implies X is equal to what? X is equal to 40. Now the atomic mass of X will be 40. Is that clear? So dear friend, now we have to find out the value of Y. We calculated value of which one? Value of X. So putting the value of X in the equation number 1, here is what? Here is 40 and plus of, there is 2Y is equal to what? Is equal to 100. So this means that is 2Y is equal to what? Is equal to 60. So Y is equal to what? Y is equal to 30. So is it clear or not? So dear friend, here is, now the value of X is 40 and value of Y is equal to 30. So the correct option for this one is which one? That is third. Is that clear? So may I move to next slide? Please respond. Very nice. Madhu is responding only. So dear friend, now I am moving to next question. This is also very important to understand. First of all, let me explain you. Here he is saying equal masses of, look at the question, we have, what we have? We have hydrogen, we have oxygen, and we have methane. And what is saying that the equal masses of these gases has been taken in a container of volume V at the temperature 27 degrees Celsius in identical condition. The ratio of volume of, let me write here, that is ratio of volume of the gases is equal to the ratio of number of moles. Ratio of number of moles. Number of moles. Is that clear or not? What I'm saying that for the gases, the ratio of number of moles and the ratio of their volume is always equal, is same. Now he is taking equal masses. Let I'm taking 32 gram of this one. Now you will ask me, why sir we are taking 32? You can take 2 or 32, whatever is that. You can take 1 gram also. So here is 32. To make the calculation easy, I am taking how much? 32 gram of each gas. So we have to be changed into the number of moles. How to convert into the number of moles? By dividing molar mass. So molar mass of hydrogen is 2. And molar mass of oxygen is what? That is 32. Molar mass of methane is 16. Is that clear or not? So dear friend, now its ratio is what? Its ratio is, this is 16, it is 1 and it is 2. So for the gases, ratio of volume is equal to the ratio of their number of moles. So what is the ratio? Ratio is 16 ratio 1 ratio 2. Is that clear or not? Please tell me. So dear friend, we have a correct option. Which one is the correct option then? That is third. Is that clear? So dear friend, then I will move to next slide. Please respond for the question. Okay. Students are talking to each other. I think they are not attentive on the question. Now we have a question number next. Which are the maximum number of molecule among the following? Dear friend, yesterday we solved such type of question. Here is, we have to be calculate number of molecules. First of all, we have to be convert into the number of moles. For first option, here is 64. 64 gram of SO2. What is the molecular mass of SO2? That is 64. How much mole is this? That is equal to 1 mole. If you have to be convert into the number of molecules, that is equal to 1 into 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23. I am writing Na. So how many molecules are there? Avogadro's number of molecules in first one. For option number 2, what is mass is 44 gram. 44 gram of which one? Carbon dioxide. First of all, we have to be convert this into the number of moles. 44 upon 44. How many moles is there? There are 1 mole. Then 1 into Na. So these are the Avogadro number of molecules are present in 44 gram of carbon dioxide. Dear student, here is number 3. That is 48 gram of ozone. And do you know what is molecular mass of ozone? 16 3s are 48. That is 48. So dear student, that is equal to how many moles? That is equal to 1 mole. So number of particles is equal to what? Is equal to Na. Okay. So dear friend, option number 4. Some students are asking, is there inter first year class? Yes, you can consider that is a more concept. It is the first year, the very first concept of chemistry. So you just look at the question now. The question number 4. Here is how much gram of hydrogen is there? There is 8 gram. First of all, we have to convert this into the number of moles. So 8 upon 2. How many moles are there? There are the 4 mole. So dear student, now mole can be converted into the number of molecules. 4 Na molecules are there. So please tell me in which the number of molecule is maximum. Please tell me in which the number of molecule is maximum. Is that clear? So my dear friend, I am moving to, yes, Madhu is responding. Very nice, my dear student. Now I am moving to question number 5. Look at here, number of atoms in 0.1 mole of triatomic gas. Dear student, how many moles we have here? Let us solve this question. This is very easy. Here is 0.1 mole. We are given with mole. Is that clear? Now, triatomic. These are the molecules. Since gas is triatomic. So there are how many atoms are present in the one molecule? 3. So dear student, how many number of atoms will be there? There is 0.1 into 3. Mole of atoms will be there. Mole atoms will be there. Am I clear? Now, dear student, mole is what? That is equal to, I am writing here, 0.3 and mole is 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23. So that is equal to what? 1.8 into 10 raised to power 23. So please confirm, is that clear or not? 1.8 into 10 raised to power 23. Triatomic gas. So correct option is which one? Correct option is third one. Okay, friends, please respond for the questions. So now we are discussing question number next. So here is volume occupied by one molecule of water. I told you this is also very important that density of water is always, we will take density of water is what? 1 gram per centimeter cube. This means, what this means, this implies if I am taking 18 ml of water, 18 ml of water, this is equal to, its mass is equal to 18 into density is what? 1 gram per centimeter cube. So dear friend, it is equal to what? 18 gram. Are you understanding or not? I am quoting one example. If you are taking 50 ml, so this is understood. 50 ml of water. So this is understood that you can write it as a 50 gram. You can write it as a 50 gram. Since the density of the water. But now in this particular question, we have a one molecule of water and we have to find out its volume. So dear friend, ultimately we have to find out its mass. Are you understanding or not? I am telling you here that for water, the density of water is 1 gram per centimeter cube. So its mass is equal to its volume. So let us try to be. One molecule. My first suggestion is to convert into the number of moles. One molecules. Number of particles has to divide with which one? 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23. Is that clear or not? Dear student, these are the number of moles given particles upon Avogadro's number. Now, number of moles, we have to convert this into which one? Mass. Number of moles into what? Into molar mass. Please confirm yes or no. So that is equal to how many number of moles we have? 1 upon 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23. These are the number of moles. Okay. Then, and what about the molar mass? Molar mass of water is equal to what? 18. So dear friend, that is approximately equal to what? 3.0 into 10 raised to power minus 23 grams. Now respond yes or no. This is the mass of water. Okay. But same topic are in the 11th class. This is a topic of 11th class, my dear student. Okay. That is the very first topic of chemistry, mole concept. So, dear student, now I told you I written here if the density of the water is taken as 1 gram per centimeter cube, then mass is equal to its volume. So this will be 3.0 into 10 raised to power minus 23 centimeter cube or ml, or that is equal to what? 3.0 into 10 raised to power minus 23 centimeter cube. Please confirm. Is that clear or not? First of all, we converted. What we converted? Number of particles into the number of moles. Number of particles upon Avogadro's number. Is that clear? Number of moles, then we converted into the mass. And for water, mass is equal to its volume. So, may I move to next slide now? So, dear student, I am moving to next slide. Here is the maximum number of molecules are present, and my suggestion is always, first of all, whatever is the amount of substance is given to you, you change this into the number of moles. I am starting with the same. We have to find out the number of molecules. So please help me. Number 1. Here is 5 liter. 5 liter of nitrogen gas. 5 upon what? That is 22.4. These are the number of moles. Number of moles into, we have to convert into the particles. So particles, molecules mean into Na. Is that clear? Then option number 2, what we have here? We have 0.5 gram of hydrogen. So this is mass. Mass has to divide with molar mass. That is equal to 2. Is that clear? These are number of moles. Number of moles into what? Into Na. And number 3. So here is 10 gram of oxygen. There is 10 gram. Now please tell me, gram mass has to convert into the number of moles. Then what we have to do? We have to divide with molar mass. And molar mass is what? 32. Into, please tell me now, into what? Na. Into Na. Then fourth option. Here I am writing for the fourth option. Now, what we have here is 15 gram or liters. Dear student, that is volume, and volume has to divide with which one? Molar volume. That is 22.4 into Na. Into Na. Is that clear? Let me explain you once again. Whatever is the quantity, whatever is the amount of substance given to us, we have to convert this into the number of moles. Here is number of moles into what? Into Avogadro's number. These are the molecules. Here is mass. Mass has to divide with molar mass. There is also mass. Mass has to divide with molar mass. And then volume. And volume has to divide with molar volume. Is that clear? So then you will find out which will have. Calculation is required for that. So please calculate yourself. And now I am moving to next. Here is, which one of the following has the maximum number of atoms? So please suggest me now. First of all, what we have to do? We have to be, whatever is the amount of substance given to us, we have to be change that into the number of moles. Let us start. So first one is there 1 gram of O2. So 1 upon what? Please help me. 1 upon 32. These are the number of. Now the question is here. He is not asking for the number of molecule, but he is asking for which one? Number of atoms. So let us. This is the number of moles into Avogadro's number. That is the number of molecules. Confirm. I am telling you, in the first bracket, this is the number of moles into Na. Then it is number of molecules. So, dear friend, after we have to be changed into the number of atoms. So, atomicity of oxygen is what? That is 2. So, this is equal to Na upon 16. Here is Na upon what? Upon 60. These are number of atoms. Now I am writing for second one. What we are given with? We are given with the mass. Mass has to divide. Here is 1 gram. Atomic mass of lithium is 7. These are what? Number of moles. Now lithium exists in monoatomic form. That is into Na. These are the atoms. Confirm yes or no, please. My dear friend, these are the number of moles multiplied by Avogadro's number. So these are the number of atoms since lithium exists in atomic form. So here is what? Here is Na upon what? 7. Now for third option, we are given with 1 gram of Ag. 1 upon what? 108. That is number of moles has to be multiplied with which one? Na. Then it is number of atoms. Are you understanding or not? Since silver is also exist in atomic form. So here is Na upon. Here is Na upon what? 108. Then, my dear friend, here is option number 4. Look at for this one. 1 gram of magnesium. 1 upon 24. Here is 1 upon 24 into what? Into Na. So now I will only Madhu is responding. So my dear friend, here is first of all, let me explain once again. First of all, we converted whatever the quantity given to us has to convert into the number of moles. I told you so many times, if mass is given to me, has to divide with molar mass. If volume is given to me, has to divide with molar volume. If number of particles is given to me, has to divide with Avogadro number. So we will convert that into which one? Number of moles. After converting into the number of moles, we can find out whatever is required. We can change that into the mass, we can change into that the volume, we can change that into the number of particles. So here is, which will have, here is Na upon what? 24. So dear friend, which will have the maximum number of atom? That is second option. So I am moving to next slide now. Here is the number of oxygen atom. This is the simplest question. So please solve this question. Is approximately number of oxygen atoms. So I told you, first of all, whatever is the quantity is given to me has to convert into number of moles. That is 4.4 divided by what? 44. These are the number of moles. Now multiply with Na. So tell me, I am writing in this way. This is what? These are the number of moles multiplied by Na. So these are, tell me, number of molecules, but we have to find out what? Number of atoms. So has to be multiplied with which? 2. Is that clear or not? No sir, bad, don't waste your time. Okay beta. So here is, what is there? There is 1 upon 10, you can write like that. Here is 1 upon 10. So that is equal to 2 into, here is 6.0 and 2 into 10 raised to power what? 23. Now it will become 22. So here is 12. 12 into 10 raised to power 22 and that is equal to 1.2 into 10 raised to power 23. Is that clear or not? Okay. So my dear friend, here is, first of all, we find out number of moles and number of moles then converted into which one? Number of molecules and atomicity. So this is equal to what? 1.2 into 10 raised to power 23. This is correct option. Either clear? So my dear friend, now I will move to next question. All the questions are based on mole concept. I am telling you mole. First of all, whatever is the quantity is given to us has to convert into which one? into the moles. That is the first step. Now, I'm moving here. Here is 1 centimeter cube. 1 centimeter cube means there is 1 ml at the NTP. This is also very good question. Look at here. How much we have? We have 1 ml of nitrous oxide. So, it contains, in the first option, we have to find out the atoms. I told you, first of all, what I have to do? Change into the 1 ml upon what? 22,400. What are these? These are the number of moles. I am telling you, first of all, whatever is given with us has to change into the number of moles. Now, atoms, these are number of moles into Avogadro's number, into Na. Into Na, I am writing here Na is equal to what? 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23. Is that clear or not? So, these are the number of molecules. What we have to be change into the number of atoms multiplied by 3. Now, please confirm me. I am explaining you. These are the number of moles multiplied by Avogadro's number. That is number of molecules. And then multiplied by 3. These are the number of atoms. And this will be 1.8. You will solve this one. It will come out 1.8 upon 224. Now, this bit. Next one is, we have to calculate for the molecules. So, here is second option. 1 upon what? 22,400. Number of moles into what? 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23. These are the number of molecules. Then, third option. Electrons. So, I am asking you, this one is which one? Nitrous oxide. How many number of electron nitrogen has? 7. 7 twos are 14. 2 nitrogen atom is there. And plus oxygen. Oxygen is, how many electrons are there? 8. That is equal to what? 22. This is important one. So, please respond. Dear friend, these are the number of electron present in the one molecule. So, how many molecules we have? 1 upon 22,400 into what? I am writing here into 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23. Is that clear? So, I am writing this one here. Here is 1 upon 22,400 into 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23. My dear friend, these are the number of molecules. But right now, we have to find out electrons. So, we have to multiply with. Please tell me in the chat box, we have to multiply with which one? You will write in the chat box. These are number of molecules. I am waiting for your response. Dear, these are number of molecules. Each molecule has how many electrons? 22 electrons. So, total number of electrons. Dear friend, good morning everyone. If you are listening, then tell me this has to be multiplied with. It has to multiply with which one? 22. Okay, 2 or 3 students, they are responding. So, dear friend, these are number of molecules. Every molecule has 22 electrons. We have to multiply and this will come out. So, correct option is all of the above. You got it or not? Let me recall this one. These are important. Almost every concept is there. We are given with 1 ml. This is how much? 1 ml is given to me. I told you 1 ml has to convert into number of moles. Number of moles, then multiply with Avogadro number. This is number of molecules. And atom, how many atom a nitrous oxide has? There is 3 atom. So in order to find out number of atom, I multiply with 3. Is that clear? And the second option, just we have to find out number of molecules. These are the number of moles multiplied with which one? Avogadro's number, that is molecules. Now I am moving to next question. Dear friend, here is number of atoms. So please find, dear friend, here is what we have. 4.25 grams has to divide with molar mass. What are these? These are the number of moles. These are the number of moles. Number of atoms into what? 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23. Please tell me, I will ask you, what are these? These are the number of moles. Multiply with Avogadro's number. One or two students, please respond. What are these? Up to here. Atoms or molecules? Madhu beta, it's molecules. These are the number of moles multiplied by Avogadro number. These are molecules. But we have to find out. We have to find out what? Atoms. I am writing there. Wait. But in the question, we have to find out number of atoms. So number of atoms has to multiply. Now tell me, one ammonia, NH3, contains how many atoms? It contains how many atoms? They are the 4 atoms. Got it or not? So multiply with which one? 4. So calculation is also easy here. This is 4 times, 4 is cancelled by 4 and answer is 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23. Please, is that clear or not? So, my dear friend, correct option is which one? That is 6 into 10 raised to power 23. Now, here is one more question is there, previous year question. If the Avogadro number Na is changed from 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23 per mole to this one, then which would will be changed? Now, let me define. I am writing here, that is mass of 1 mole, mass of 1 mole of carbon atoms. From where we consider that? We know that is equal to what? 12 gram. From where we consider that? We consider this from that 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23 carbon atoms. Carbon atom has a mass of what? 12 gram. Confirm this one. For every element, if we are talking about the sodium, 1 mole of sodium is 23 gram. Those students who are attending the class from last 3 days, they know that 1 mole of sodium is equal to 23 gram. So means 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23 sodium atom has a mass is equal to 23 gram. In the same respect, mass of 1 mole of carbon is 12 gram. Means these amount. Now in the question, this mole is changed into this one. Now dear, here is 6.022 into 10 raised to power 20 atoms, carbon atoms will have a mass is equal to what? Because this is a fixed quantity. It will have 6 upon 0.22 into 10 raised to power 23 into 6.022 into 10 raised to power 20. Are you understanding or not? So this will be 12 into 10 raised to power 3 grams. That is equal to 0.12 grams. Not clear? My dear friend, if 1 mole is equal to 6.022 into 10 raised to 23, then molar mass is equal to what? 12 gram. And if this number is changed to 6.022 into 10 raised to power 20, then dear, mass of 1 mole will change to which one? 0.012 gram. You got it or not? So dear student, it is not going to change the ratio of chemical species of each other in the, it will change to which one? I am writing already correct option. It will change into to which one? Mass of the 1 mole of carbon. Is that clear? Very nice. Anoy is responding. Madhu is also responding. So I am happy with that. That the some student, they are listening to the topic. So my dear friend, let me solve one more question. Here is this is also a very good question. Here is, so what we have here, he is asking find the ratio of number of atoms in 1 gram of oxygen, 1 gram of O2, 1 gram of ozone. Atoms we have to find out. 1 gram, I am talking about oxygen. 1 gram upon what? 16. Please tell me what are these? These are the number of moles. Here is 1 gram of O2. 1 upon what? Now we have to divide with 32. These are the number of moles. Here is 1 gram. Ozone. Here is 1 upon 48. First of all, confirm me. Is that clear or not? What I did here, I converted whatever the quantities given to me into the number of moles. But dear student, we have to find out number of atoms. Is that clear or not? So here is for first one, Na will be common in everyone. Na, these are the number of molecules. Is that clear or not? But here number of atoms is equal to 1. Confirm this one. In this case, its atomicity is what? 1. In the second case, what is atomicity? You will write in the chat box. Yes, someone is responding. Very nice. So dear friend, its atomicity is what? 2. Here atomicity is what? 3. We have to multiply with which one? 3. So what will be the ratio? Now you will please tell me. Here is 1 upon 16. Ratio will be what? 1 ratio 1 ratio 1. Is that clear? So thank you very much, student. Tomorrow we will discuss about some concentration term. Okay? So say thank you very much or bye. Okay, bye. Bye, students.
Hello, good morning, all of you. Hello, guys. Can you hear me? Please answer. Good morning, all of you. Mahendra, Nibi. Good morning. Okay. Now, yes, in the last classes we are low voice, unknown. Can you hear, or I have to increase my pitch? Please reply. Okay, now I think it's a good pitch. Now we can start. Yeah, in the last class I have discussed little bit more related to the friction on inclined plane. We have discussed the very few basic concepts. I will give you 2-3 questions and then I will move to the next topic, power. That would be good because we cannot complete the everything, but I will try to give you the maximum as much we can in the limited time. Whenever you join us, definitely in the class we will discuss this topic in very detail. So for that I am just giving a few more question related to the inclined plane, friction related to the inclined plane. You will understand about it. Okay, so please focus on the board and you will learn. Okay, offline classes are starting from the 2nd of June. You can join us. Okay, 2nd June. Good. Now please try to understand. I am just giving one question. You will understand. Very first example. Suppose this is inclined plane is there. On this inclined plane, I am taking a very simple case. Suppose there is one bar is placed and this is a rough surface. On this rough surface, if I say the mu is given to you and this block is sliding down, I am already giving it is a sliding down with some acceleration a. Now my question is very simple. Find the acceleration a. This is a very basic question. We want to solve this. Now question is that find the a, acceleration of this block. How to solve it? Try to understand. We are putting this block on an inclined plane. So what are the forces acting on it? First we have to consider them, then only we can move it. Very simple. The one force would be what? Here mg cos theta. In this direction we already know that is equal to mg sin theta. There is one more force is there, they are normal, and in the backward direction there is the friction. But it is already given in the question that it is sliding down with some acceleration a. We have to calculate. That means normal must balance the mg cos theta. That means normal is equal to mg cos theta. Okay, this is a very basic. And what is the friction? If I ask you, the friction would be mu into n, and this is the kinetic friction I am writing. What I am writing? Kinetic friction. Why kinetic friction? Because this block is moving with this motion. The motion is there. That means that there would be kinetic friction I am writing. That means that is equal to mu into mg cos theta I can write. Okay, this is the friction force. Now we know the normal, we know the friction. Now the third thing, we have to calculate what is the acceleration. So this block is sliding down along the plane. This block is sliding down along the plane. That means in this case you can see very clearly that the forces along the plane are what? Mg sin theta minus friction is equal to m into a. That means mg sin theta minus mu into mg cos theta is equal to ma. That means a is equal to g sin theta minus mu g cos theta. Now tell me guys, you are understanding up to here on an inclined plane, rough inclined plane, what is the acceleration of the block? That is equal to g sin theta minus mu g cos theta. Understood or not? Please reply. Good. Madhu, Riyan, please reply. You understanding or not? Navnishwar, Rosary, yes, good. Now you are understanding. That means you know okay, how to calculate this acceleration. This is a very basic thing. We are getting this. Now I am taking one more question that will be also related to this question. Then we will move to the next part of topic. Okay. Now listen. I am saying the very basic question. Suppose there are two inclined plane. This is one inclined plane. This is another inclined plane. Both are having the, if I say the same length of inclination, it is also having the same length of inclination. Both is having same angle theta. And there is one block is placed M. Here also mass M is placed. The first block is actually a smooth surface and it's a rough surface. So definitely there would be mu also. Okay. The block is sliding from one position to the second position, from top to the bottom. Here also it is sliding from one position to the second position. That means from top to the bottom. Definitely the when block is sliding on a smooth surface, it will take less time to reach the ground or bottom. And when it is sliding from top to the bottom, in second case rough surface, this is taking more time because it's the rough surface. It will take more time because acceleration is less. That is less than g sin theta. Now question is very simple. We have to find Ryan. Actually it is not 11th class, it is for long term classes. I am just bridging the few concepts, not all the topics. So I took one friction. Some other teachers also will join in the next week and they will take some other topics also related to the 11th, some topic from 12th. So it is not the 11th class or 12th class, because in the long term you have to take all the topic 11th plus 12th. So it is not related to the 11th or 12th, but actually related to the long term. So I think you are understanding this. Ryan, please reply. You are understanding? Ryan Khan. Okay. Now try to focus on this question. You will understand. There are two planes, two inclined plane. This is the first and this is second. In first, if the block is taking t1 time to reach the ground. In the second case, it is taking t2 time to reach the ground. The first case, the block is taking t1 time to reach the ground. In the second case, this is taking the time t2 is t2 to reach the ground. The question is very simple. It is given to you. If T2 is equal to n times of T1. T2 is equal to n times of T1 given. Now find the value of mu. We have to calculate this question. Find the value of mu. We have to calculate. This is our question. We have to focus on it. What is the value of mu? We have to understand. Understood? What is the value of mu? This is the question. On a smooth surface, it is taking t1 time to reach the ground. On rough surface, it is taking t2 time to reach the ground. And t2 is equal to n1 times of t1. We have to find the value of mu. This type of question also you can see in the PYQs and NEET very easily. So this type of question I am discussing. Okay. So now try to learn how to solve this question. Okay. Now very first thing, how to calculate t1 time. So we already know the length, and on a smooth surface we know what is that acceleration. Acceleration in the previous class I told you that is equal to g sin theta. Okay. On rough surface we just calculated acceleration is g sin theta minus mu g cos theta. So we know acceleration, we know length, we know the acceleration here, we know the length, means displacement. So using the third equation or second equation, we can find the time. So very simple thing, that is equal to x equal to ut plus half at square. We can put, by the way, u is 0 because start from rest. So we can say the length is L, that is equal to 1 by 2 some acceleration into t square. That means t is equal to 2L by a under root. We can put this formula to calculate t1 and t2. Now put the value, you will understand from it. What is t1? T1, if you want to write, T1 would be under root of 2L into g sin theta. What is T2? You will say under root of 2L into g sin theta minus mu g cos theta. First, reply me up to here. You are understanding or not understanding? Tanish, Madhu, Daria, Jyoti, Riyan, Anoy, Please, Anil, please reply. Up to here you are understanding T1 and T2 time. Please reply below. Okay, now you are understanding. That means it is given to you. T2 is equal to n times of T1. I can put and we can solve the mu. Now I am putting it that T1 is equal to n times, sorry, T2 is equal to n times of T2. T2 is equal to n times of T1. That means under root of 2L into G sin theta minus mu into G cos theta. We can put that is equal to n times of under root of 2L into G sin theta. We have to find. Up to here, just tell me you got it. Now I am taking a little more calculation. So basic calculation you will understand from it. Okay. Now I am putting it. Just square both sides and remove this square side, and just 2L can be removed and G also can be removed. I can write from here that 1 upon sin theta minus mu cos theta, and this would be equal to n square upon sin theta. Got it? And now just cross multiply. You will understand from it. That means you can say sin theta is equal to n square into sin theta minus mu cos theta. Okay. Now from it we have to find what mu. The mu term I am taking one side and all terms in the other side. That means n square into mu into cos theta is equal to n square sin theta minus sin theta. Sin theta can be taken common here also. So from it mu is equal to 1 by n square minus 1 sin theta divided by cos theta. That means mu is equal to 1 by n square minus 1, or I can write little more clearly. That means n square minus 1 upon n square into tan theta. I can use this. Up to here, please answer it. You are understanding or not? Please reply. Madhu, Mahendra. Now guys, good. Now you are understanding this type of question very easily. You can find in the paper that I think now you can solve this type of basic questions. Okay. Okay. Now basic question we know the. I'm binding this topic. There can be some more topic I can put case the pseudo force is there, then how to calculate the friction force. That type of question also asked, and related to some basic theory also, graphical question also there. So I'm just skipping those for now because we cannot complete all the things in this online classes. When you join, definitely we will give all the details about them. Now I'm putting the one more topic related to the power, because next topic should be started. That would be better, so that you can learn about the second topic also. And it is also very important topic regarding the, if I talk about the concern about the NEET examination. For the NEET exam, you will find the power is having a weightage. Almost every year you will find one question from power. So power is very, very important. So I'm starting it. Okay. So now move to the next topic. You will find it. Power. We generally denote by P. So when we are taking about the what is the definition of power and how to calculate all the things, what is the formula? So I'm writing first about it. Okay. Now listen. Power is the rate of doing work. Or we can say rate of transmission of energy. It's the rate of doing work or rate of transmission of energy. This is noted. We are writing it. This is the rate of transmission of energy or rate of doing work. This is a very simple that we call power. Okay. So power is a scalar quantity. I am talking about it is a scalar quantity. When we are talking about this is a scalar quantity, its SI unit is watt. We denote by capital W. This is what we are writing. Okay. Sometimes we use some other units also. So conventional unit we are using, or practical units also we use. We call 1 horsepower also. We write horsepower. 1 horsepower we denote by HP. HP. 1 HP is equal to actually 746 watt. This is a very basic thing we are writing about it. This is the power. So power having the few basic terms. First we write the average power. When we talk about the average power means P average we write like this. So P average is nothing else total work done divided by total time, or total change in kinetic energy divided by total time. We generally write like this. This is the average. Total work done divided by total time interval, or total change in kinetic energy upon total time interval. This is the very first thing. And the second is the instantaneous power. That is equal to dW by dt. That means rate of doing work, not total work. Okay. Nagai, beta, please reply. What you are not understanding? I am not getting. Please tell me what you are not understanding. Please write it down. Then I will consider it. Okay. Or we can say dk by dt. That means rate of change of kinetic energy per unit time, that is defined as the instantaneous power. These are few basic formula I can write. I can write little more, that P instantaneous, that is equal to, when we are writing dW by dt, what is the dW? Work done is what? So we know F dot dr divide by dt. F dot dr means we can say F dot dr over dt. That means I can say F dot v. So for the question purpose, we use directly also this is equal to F dot v. And very recently in the 2023, there is one question related to this. You will find it. I'll tell you related to this P instantaneous. 2-3 times this question is asked on this F dot v. I will see about that. So up to here, the basic theory of the power you are understanding or not? Please reply it. Then I will move to the questions. Okay, Madhu, Nagaya, Anil, you are understanding? Please reply. Good. Good. Now you are understanding. Now we are starting the few basic questions. From that you will understand the few basic questions, how to solve them. Okay. Now come to the basic questions. Example 1. Very first example. You will understand. Suppose if the force F is equal to 2I cap plus 3J cap Newton is acting on a body moving with a velocity of I cap minus J cap plus K cap meter per second. Find the instantaneous power supplied by force. That is the question we have to solve. Very basic I'm just giving this question. You will find this type of question already 2-3 times asked in a paper, then we can solve. Now force is given to you. From here you can see very clearly that the forces and velocity both are given. And force and velocity both are given. That means using these two things, we can find how to calculate the power. So power instantaneous, very simple, you will say from it. That means power instantaneous is equal to F dot V. Dot product we already know. So we will put that is equal to F is how much? 2I cap plus 3J cap dot, what is the velocity? I cap minus J cap plus K cap. I dot I, J dot J, K dot K, we know this part. I dot I, that means 2 into 1, that is equal to 2. 3 into minus 1, that means minus 3. And 0 into 1, that is a 0. That means third term is 0, that is equal to minus 1. This is the power instantaneous. This is the instantaneous power, positive or negative? Negative. So I am writing that is a W. It's very simple. At that point of time, this is equal to minus 1. Understood? NMI, please reply. This answer is correct. Everyone, Anil, Nagaya, Madhu. Other people also take part in the chat. I am waiting for your replies. Please. Good. Now this is a very basic question I have given to you. From that you can understand what type of question is asked in a paper and how to deal with them. Okay. I am giving one more question that is also PYQ. You will find from that, for that question also you will understand. Suppose a force acting on a body of mass 1 kg is given by F is equal to 2T I cap. I am taking the same data whatever the PYQ question. 3T square J cap Newton. Okay. Find the instantaneous power supplied at time t if body start from rest. This is a very basic question. Again, this is a PYQ question, you will understand. Okay. Now the force is given to you, but velocity is not given. So we know one thing very clearly, if force is given, so from force, mass is also given to you, we can find acceleration. If we know the acceleration, by integrating we can find the velocity. So little calculation is also added in this question, little more concept is also added in this question, and we can solve now this. Okay. Nagaya, you are understanding, beta? Now try to understand how to solve this. So we know very basic, from it you will understand the force is equal to M into A. Okay, M into A. Or we can directly say from here, what is the A? A is equal to F by M. M is actually 1 kg, by the way, it is given to you 1 kg and force is given to you. Put the value, you will say that is equal to 2T I cap plus 3T square J cap divide by 1. That means acceleration is again that is equal to same 2T I cap plus 3T square J cap meter per second square. We can write like this, very simple acceleration. Up to here you are understanding or not understanding, beta? Mickey, RC, please reply. Up to here you understood? Now we have to find the velocity. What we have to find? Velocity. What is the velocity? So we know acceleration is equal to dv over dt. That means from here we can say dv is equal to a into dt. Now we have to put the integration. So from 0 time to t and from 0 to v, because particle start from rest, body start from rest. This is not 2 plus 60 beta. It is not differentiation, it is integration. We will see. So now put the value, you will see v in the left side and 0 to v, but in right hand side when you put the acceleration value, what is the acceleration given to you? 2t I cap plus 3t square j cap, and this is dt from 0 to t. This would be v is equal to, in this side that would be 2t square by 2, 0 to t I cap, and this is 3t cube by 3, 0 to t j cap. I can put like this, and this is v minus 0. This is a very basic thing we can write. Okay. Please reply. Up to here you are understanding or not, beta? Please reply. RC, why are you so sad? It's a good day. Madhu, good? Please reply. Nagaya, Annoy, Nikhil. Good. You are understanding. Very good. Now, up to this part, we know this part. Now put the value, you will understand. The 2 is cancelled, 3 is cancelled. That means velocity would be equal to t square I cap plus t cube j cap. That's it. Up to here you have to calculate. Now we know the velocity, we know the force. Just put the dot product, you will get the final answer. What is the power instantaneous? Power instantaneous is equal to F dot V. F is already given to you, the same value. This is the force given to you, and velocity this. Just I dot I, J dot J, K dot K. We have to put, what is the I? I is 2t here, here t square. Multiply, that means 2t cube. Plus, what is the J? This is the 3t square. 3t square and t cube. When you multiply 3 into t to the power 5, that is equal to what? What? That is the answer. It's the instantaneous power. That means when you put the t value, different t value, you will get different powers at different instant of time. Jodhari, up to here you understood, beta? Ravi? Madhu? Mahendra? RC? Nikhil? Please reply. You are understanding? And now, okay, I will repeat. Don't worry about it. I'm repeating. Okay, listen. Force is given to you. From force is equal to m into a. Mass is already given 1 kg. So from that you can find acceleration. What is the acceleration? 2t I cap plus 3t square j cap meter per second square. Using this acceleration, we know the acceleration is nothing as rate of change of velocity per unit time. That means dv over dt. So from it you can write dv is equal to a into dt. Now we put the time 0 to t integration, and velocity, initial velocity is 0. It is given in the start from rest, and final velocity is some v we are writing. Now we put the integration, dv integration would be v. Now acceleration is given to you 2t I cap plus 3t square j cap dt. When we integrate 2t square, 2t, that would be 2t square by 2, 2 is removed. The t square integration would be t cube by 3, 3 is removed. That means this would be t square I cap plus 3 plus t cube j cap. This is the velocity at any instant of time. Now using this we can find the p instantaneous. Please answer, you are understanding or not understanding? Nikhil, Anoy, everyone please answer it. Now you are understanding, beta? Good. Now you understood. This is a very basic question I have given. I will give you one more question related to this concept in different manner. Now you will see, you will learn how to solve that question. Okay, please now listen carefully. Next example, example number 3. If I say to you, this is the earth, from earth's surface I am throwing one stone having some mass m, and with the initial velocity u, it is going upward and coming down to the earth surface. Okay, this is the earth. And from the earth surface one stone is thrown vertically upward, okay, with the initial velocity u, and it is going like this. The question is very simple. I am giving an option type question. So if I write if a stone is thrown vertically upward from the Earth's surface and it returns to ground, the power supplied to the stone by earth gravitational force is maximum at, this is the question, and now I am giving few options. You will first read, then answer it. It is also one of the finest question to learn the concept. The very first thing, at the point of projection, first. Second is the point of landing. Third is the highest point attained by stone. Fourth, point between point of projection and highest point. That is the question we have to find. So there is some point I am taking at which this is happening. So the power supplied would be maximum. Can you answer? The Princess, Zoology, Rathod, Sarita, please answer. What will be the maximum power? When the maximum power would be supplied by the gravitational force? Okay. And Nikhil, Madhu, Ravi, please answer it. Please answer because I am taking some water. Yes. What is the answer? According to you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Please answer. Princess, this is the actually long term based course. We are putting it. When you join it, you will find 11, 12 both. Okay. So don't worry about it. Okay. Is the highest point. Okay. One answer is given by Madhu. Other people, please answer. Zoldari, Rathod, Sarita, Anoy, Nikhil, Ravi. Other people also take part in the chat. I am just waiting for your answers. It's a very easy question. I know you can solve very easily. Okay, option 4. Any other people? Okay, now listen. I think the other peoples are not taking too much interest in the chat. You will learn. Don't worry about it. I will tell you. I told you one very basic thing. Power is equal to, when instantaneous power we are writing, that is equal to F dot V. See clearly what I have written, F dot V, that means force and velocity direction we have to put it, okay, and their dot product. And we know the dot product is when it is maximum, it would be maximum when the angle between them, because we can say F into V into cos theta if there is any angle between them, okay. Now very simple thing from here you can find, if theta is equal to 0, theta equal to 0 degree, then power would be maximum. Very simple. And if theta is equal to 180 degree, power would be minimum, because it would be negative, okay. We have to find this very basic concept, okay. This is the dot product concept, from it you will find it. Now try to listen what I am giving. This is the point 1 I am taking, suppose this is point 2 I am taking, and this is point 3 I am taking. Then I will take any general point here, this is point 4, or according to if I write point of landing, okay. So I am just changing the names so that we will not be confused. I am taking this the point of point 2nd, and this is the point 3rd, and somewhere here it is the point 4, okay. Now this is very basic, whatever I have taken the options, accordingly I have put the numbers. Now check at one point, point A. Point 1 you will see the velocity in upward direction and mg is downward. What is the angle between the velocity and mg? 180 degree. At one point you will see the theta is equal to 180 degree, then power would be minimum. Understood? Now come to the next part. At second point, what is the velocity? Velocity is also downward and mg is also downward. That means the angle between them is 0 degree. That means what is happening? Theta is equal to 0 degree. That means power is minimum or maximum? Please tell. It is the power is maximum. Now come to the third point. At third point, when you see the velocity is already 0. When velocity is 0, then power supplied would be 0. Velocity is 0, that means power would be 0. Okay. Now come to the fourth point I have given here at this point. What is happening? Velocity is upward. Some velocity would be v. I am not interested what is the value. And mg is downward. That means angle between them is 180 degree. Again the power would be negative. Power is negative, I can say that is less than power maximum. So what is the answer? Answer 2 is correct. That means answer 2 is correct. Understood? Please reply. You are understanding what I have given to you. The very basic and very conceptual question. It is I think everyone is understanding this question. Please reply. Jodhari, Anoy, Katrawat, Princess. Please reply. Good. Everyone is understanding now up to here. Now you are understanding. Now we have to move to the next step. Next question you will find it. You will learn it. Okay. Can I start, Buddha? Okay. Now listen carefully. That the one more question I will give you. Then you can understand. This is also related to the same concept. I am not adding the new concept. I am just giving the same concept. And from this you will find it. Suppose example 4. I am taking it. Suppose there is a one lift is there. It is also one of the PYQ. This type of question you will find in a PYQ. This is one lift or elevator we can say. It is a lift. And it is moving vertically upward with the constant speed of suppose 4 meter per second. It is moving with a constant speed of 4 meter per second vertically upward. And there are few people inside this lift also. Okay. There are few people. And the total mass, I am writing a lift of mass, suppose 1000 kg, including passengers, okay, including the passengers, is moving vertically upward vertically upward with a constant speed of 4 meter per second. 4 meter per second. It is moving vertically upward with a constant speed of 4 meter per second. Find the power required for this motion. Understanding what I am telling you? What is the power required for this motion? Now we have to find. Now you will say, sir, there is no force. We are not finding any forces here. We know the velocity, we know the mass, but we don't know the force. How we can find the power? Because power is equal to F into V. You told us. Okay. Now see clearly. This is the one lift. It is moving vertically upward with a constant speed. If speed is constant, that means net force should be 0. Net force should be 0. The net force should be 0. That means upward force and downward force should be balanced. What is the upward force? We don't know. But what is the downward force? We do. That is the mg. So upward force should also be equal to the mg, na? So m we know. That means upward force we know. Upward force we know. Velocity we know. Just put the dot product. You will find the power. So how we will calculate? You will say directly. Upward would be, suppose there is one force is F. I am writing it. Or you can say tension also. So from that you will see clearly that force is equal to what, beta? Or upward force is equal to mg. M is given to you 1000 into g. That means 10. That means you can say from clearly that is equal to 10 into 10 to the power 3 Newton. Okay. Now we have to find what, beta? Power. Power instantaneous is equal to F into B. F into B. And F is given to you 10 into 10 to the power 3. Velocity is equal to how much, beta? 4. You can say clearly from it that is equal to 40 into 10 to the power 3 watt. Or we can say the power instantaneous would be 40 kilowatt. It is the power supply to the lift. It is required power. Okay. Up to here you are understanding or not? Please answer it. Please answer, beta. Everyone is understanding? Anoy, Madhu, Jodhari, Katravat. Okay, now you are understanding. It's a good thing. Now, I will put one little more concept in this question. Then you will find this type of question very easily asked. I am putting little friction also. Suppose you will see, focus on the board. If in the above question, a friction force of 4000 Newton is acting. Now calculate the power required. This is the question. Now I put one more concept in the previous question. Now you will learn this type of question, if it is asked, then how we can calculate. Can anyone tell? Yes, definitely everyone can tell. We know the friction force is acting opposite to the relative motion. This lift is moving upward, that means friction force will act also down. Mg is acting downward. This force is also acting downward. That means now tension or upward force would be equal to the mg plus this friction force. I am repeating again. This lift is moving vertically upward. That means friction force should be act opposite to the motion. That means vertically downward. If it is acting downward, mg is also acting downward. Then upward force F would be equal to how much? I am making the diagram. This is the lift. It is moving upward. Now this is the force. Downward force is mg Downward force is the friction. That means F is equal to mg plus friction. Mg we have already calculated. How much is that? 10 into 10 to the power 3. We can say, or 10,000. And friction force we have already given in the question, that is equal to 4,000. That means total friction would be how much, beta? From here, that is equal to 14,000 Newton. Now we know the force. Now we know the force. Now we have to multiply with the velocity. We can find the power. So power instantaneous is equal to F into V. What is the F? F we know, the 14 into 10 to the power 3 plus, sorry, multiplied, not plus, 10 to power 3 multiplied by velocity. Velocity already given in the previous question, that is equal to 4 meter per second. Now you multiplied with 4, that would be equal to 56 into 10 to the power 3 watt, or we can say 56 kilowatt. Now everyone please answer it, and I will keep class up to here and I will leave. Don't worry about it. The remaining question related to the power we will discuss in the next class. Now please tell me, you are understanding or not understanding? Please. Tamina, Madhu, Anoy, Ravi, Jodhari, everyone is understanding? Please reply. You are understanding, beta? Yes or no? Okay. Okay, thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Hello students, good morning. How are you? This is your KVR sir, Sri Chaitanya College, Gosala. Today I came with the lesson side heading linkage and recombination. Linkage and recombination. Why? Hello, hi. So come to the live class. So today's lecture is I am selecting certain chapters where you feel that difficulty in studying botany. Such kind of side headings only I am taking here. One such side heading is linkage. So then our discussion today's class will be what is linkage, and before to understand the linkage, if you want to understand the linkage, you have to first understand what is independent assortment. Then only you can understand linkage. So that is why I have taken Pisum and Drosophila, independent assortment. Then I came to linkage and recombination and something about T.H. Morgan, Alfred Sturtevant and Drosophila, cross A, cross B and certain numericals. This is our topic for discussion today. Clear? Are you getting me? Then let us start with the first. These are the side headings what we are going to discuss today's class. So what is linkage? In linkage, two or more genes linked together, always inherited together in the same combination for more than 2 generations. If you say like this, just have a look here. Have a look here. This is one chromosome. So let us say A, B, C, D genes are there on the homologous chromosome. Capital A, capital B, capital C, capital D genes are there. Then if this chromosome goes this way and this chromosome is captured by spindle fibers and this will go that side. So what exactly linkage means? See here, the phenomena of all genes of a chromosome going to a pole is called as linkage. Genes on a chromosome are said to be linked. The phenomena of segregation of all genes 1, 2, 3, 4, all genes to a gamete. So genes on a chromosome are said to be linked. The phenomena of segregation of all genes of a chromosome to a pole is called as linkage. Clear? The linkage is inversely linked to distance between two genes. So if the distance between two genes, this is A and B, very close. If you see on the chromosome, on the other chromosome X and Y distantly located. If the linkage distance between two genes is less, linkage is more. If distance between two genes is more, so linkage will be less. Clear? Physical association of genes on a chromosome is also called as linkage. You can have a look at Thomas Hunt Morgan, Alfred Sturtevant, Bovary and Certain. These are the photographs of I have added here. Thomas Hunt Morgan, T.H. Morgan, he is very popular. Personally, I like his work. So he is a great scientist of my knowledge, because of course Mendel is father of genetics. Thomas Hunt Morgan, T.H. Morgan is known as father of experimental genetics. So why I love his work personally means T.H. Morgan has started experiment by observing Drosophila. So see, male Drosophila is 2 centimeters, female Drosophila is 3 centimeters size, and they have to pick up a particular varieties and kept in a small box in the synthetic medium, and he have calculated all the progeny offsprings and identified which genes are located on which chromosome and distance between the two genes, and physical mapping of genes. Finally, in Drosophila of the 8 chromosomes, he calculated how many genes are there, what is the sequence of the genes on a chromosome, particular chromosome, and what is the distance between two genes. How beautiful the work is. He traveled from phenotype to genotype. By observing phenotype, He could understand what is there in the genotype. That's the beautiful journey of T.H. Morgan. So popular as a father of experimental genetics. So definitely, no doubt, T.H. Morgan work has supported a lot in finding the linkage and independent assortment. So let's go to the next slide. So let's first we understand. First, let us we understand the Pisum sativum. In Pisum sativum, contrasting pair of chromosome number 2, 3, 6 do not contain any genes. Pisum sativum has 14 chromosomes. 2n is equal to 14. Of the 7 characters selected, of course, not of our interest and out of NCERT, but have a look. Stem height, dominant character is tall and recessive character is dwarf and present on the chromosome number 4. So flower color, dominant is violet, recessive is white. It is present on the chromosome number 1. And flower position, dominant is axial, recessive is terminal. Like that, we can see all these characters of Pisum sativum on screen itself, of which stem height is the vegetative character and rest of the characters are reproductive characters. So reproductive characters, all these are reproductive characters. If the question is asked like how many characters are selected from flower, flower is 2 characters, pod 2 characters and seed is again 2 characters. So if it is asked about like this, how many traits the flower is selected? How many traits? 1, 2 traits, 3, 4. And pod, 1 trait, 2nd trait, 3rd trait, 4th trait. So trait selected is 4 and character selected is 2. So what is the ratio between vegetative is to reproductive character selected by Mendel? So that only one, the first one is the vegetative character and rest of the characters are the reproductive or floral characters. Was it clear? So this is all about Pisum and character selected. So the which chromosome the particular gene is present and which chromosome the particular gene is present. So chromosome 2, 3, 6 do not contain any genes of the character selected by the Mendel. Was it clear? Next, after that, Pisum sativum, no doubt about it, it's experimental material of Gregor John Mendel, Pisum sativum. But taking T.H. Morgan, experimental material is Drosophila melanogaster, that's called as fruit fly. So in this regard, I would like to say Gregor John Mendel, father of genetics, and Pisum sativum is mother of genetics. And T.H. Morgan is father of experimental genetics, and Drosophila, queen of genetics. Queen of genetics is Drosophila. Basis for variations. Why he selected Drosophila? What are the characters that are important to select a plant or an animal to consider for the genetic experiments? So basis, more number of genetic variations are there. What do you mean by genetic variations? I talk about ginkgo biloba. You people may be knowing that plant name ginkgo biloba. We call it as living fossil. Living fossil. So what do you mean by living fossil? In the sense it is living like a fossil. There is no changes in the course of evolution. In the course of evolution. Was it clear? But Drosophila shows large number of variations. One Drosophila eye color is red, another one pink, another one white, another one orange color, another one honey color, cream color. Such a kind of great variations can be observed in eye color, wings character and body color, eye color. Such a kind of large number of variations are there. So these are called genetic variations. So if you want to do any experiment, particularly in genetics, that particular experimental material should have to have genetic variations. But all ginkgo biloba plants in the entire world appears to be the same. Then basis for variation, experimental material of T.H. Morgan. This is called as fruit fly, Drosophila melanogaster. Drosophila can be grown in synthetic medium. For Pisum sativum, we require one garden is required. But Drosophila One small banana fruit or synthetic fruit jelly is enough. Drosophila completes life cycle in 2 weeks. It's very important. See, if you do experiment on one tamarind tree or a coconut tree, F1 generation, F2 generation, F3 generation, it requires 10 to 30 years time. But Drosophila lifetime is very less. Within 2 weeks, offsprings are produced. So it is very easy to understand and calculate the recombination frequencies and distance between the two genes. Clear? Then Drosophila can be produced large number of progeny per mating. So once the male and female are mating, then large number of progeny offsprings are produced. This is one important feature. And male and female Drosophila can be distinguished easily under light microscope. Beta, this thing is very important. This is PYQ. Which of the following statements is incorrect? It's the statement given, and in the third option, how it is given is male and female Drosophila cannot be distinguished. That is the third option, incorrect option. But male and female Drosophila can be easily distinguished. Heredity variations. Variations can be easily observed under low microscope. This is also one of the important feature. And what are the characters taken? Character dominant and recessive. 3 characters you have to understand: body color, eye color, wings nature. So body color dominant is brown, recessive is yellow. Eye color dominant is red, recessive is white. And wings nature, normal wings is the dominant, and miniature means the wings size is highly reduced. Clear? This is the features of Drosophila. Now you have seen the experimental materials of Gregor John Mendel and T.H. Morgan. Now you are going to see what is independent assortment. So I'll say simply 2 things. You are having 2 coins on 2 hands. So chances of getting head or toss in this coin will not influence the chances of getting head or toss in this coin. Was it clear? So if 2 chromosomes are moving, this is chromosome number 1 and this is chromosome number 2. If 2 chromosomes are moving to the one pole, the movement of one chromosome cannot influence the movement of other chromosome. Like that, one gene is present here, one gene is present here. Done. So movement of this gene cannot influence the movement of this gene. This gene may go, capital T may go or small t may go. Was it clear? This is independent assortment. Principle of paired character. Mendelian laws of heredity. Each character of a diploid organism influenced by 2 factors. What do you call it as? Alleles. Law of dominance. What do you mean by law of dominance? Only one trait is expressed in the F1. So out of the 2 alleles I told you, one is the dominant allele, one is the recessive allele. But I am repeating once again, if you want to understand linkage and you have to study the independent assortment, then it will be easy for you. That's why I have taken this. Law of segregation. So let us say this is capital T and this is small t. If capital T is going to this gamete, small t will go to opposite gamete. What is law of segregation? What is law of segregation? How can you define law of segregation? Is the two alleles of a gene will segregate to 2 different gametes. That is called as law of segregation. That also known as law of purity of gametes. And law of segregation is one of the important strategy. Say this is universally accepted rule of Gregor John Mendel is law of segregation. Why law of segregation is universally accepted? So law of dominance is not universally accepted because of incomplete dominance, codominance, multiple alleles. So all these things. So law of dominance is not proved in all living organisms. Clear? So law of independent assortment is also proved to be failed because of linkage. If genes are linked, there will be no chance of independent assortment. Law of independent assortment: alleles of two different genes segregate independently. That's all. That's all. That's a beautiful line. So here I would like to have a small diagram here. Let us see. Let us see. This is one chromosome, capital T, another is small t. If the, what should I write like this? Capital R, small r. So if I write capital R and small r, then the combination is capital T, capital R. Other combination is small t, small r. Instead of that, it may be small r, it may be capital R. Then gametes will be capital T, small r, small t, capital R. So the movement, how the chromosome goes to the mid plate, it is completely independent. So capital T cannot influence the movement of capital R or small r. Again, vice versa, capital R or small r, the gene on the other chromosome, cannot influence the movement of the gene capital T or small t. So what is the law of independent assortment is, law of independent assortment says if the genes are located on two different chromosomes, movement of one chromosome or movement of one gene will not influence the movement of other chromosome or other gene. This is called as independent assortment. Capital T along with capital T, either capital R or small r can go. This is called as a law of independent assortment. I repeat again, alleles of two different genes segregate independently. There is no need that always capital T have to go with capital R, or else capital R go with small r. Capital R go with capital T or small t. There is no guarantee. They can sit anywhere. This is called as orientation of the chromosome. He proposed law of experiments in the plant hybridization. His title of his experiment is My Experiments in Plant Hybridization. His results were published in Proceedings of Brunei Natural History Society in 1886. Let us see the linkage and recombination. T.H. Morgan conducted several dihybrid experiments on Drosophila melanogaster in 1911. So Batson and Punnett discovered that certain characters are showing 9:3:3:1. If you consider two characters, that is dihybrid cross. Was it clear? So in a dihybrid ratio will be 9:3:3:1. Then yellow body, white eye flies crossed with brown body and red eyes. I will explain it later. Let us discuss first about T.H. Morgan, Thomas Hunt Morgan, an American evolutionary biologist and geneticist, coined the term linkage 2015 and 2013. Term linkage was coined by the question appeared 2 times in NEET examination. So very important. Term linkage was coined by T.H. Morgan. Linked genes are inherited together and are located on X chromosome. He studied X chromosome linkage. Thomas Hunt Morgan was known as father of experimental genetics. I told you already in the beginning of the class. In 1933, he received Nobel Prize for the physiology and medicine. Thomas Hunt Morgan, you have to remember 3 points. This term linkage was coined by Thomas Hunt Morgan. And second, what is the experimental material of T.H. Morgan? That is Drosophila And third question will be asked is Thomas Hunt Morgan was known as father of experimental genetics. Now he is a fellow scientist, one of the most important scientists. It is asked in the 2017 APMT. So this is the question asked. Who proposed the word recombination frequency? Term recombination frequency was proposed by Sturtevant. Sturtevant is an American geneticist. 1913, Alfred Sturtevant laid the foundations of modern biology by mapping the relative location of the series of the genes. Alfred Sturtevant explained the recombination frequency between the genes. He coined the word recombination frequency because this word is important. Recombination frequency is directly proportional to distance between two genes. Distance between two genes. If recombination distance between two genes increases, then recombination sorry. If distance between two genes A and B, another chromosome will see C and D. If distance between two genes is more, then recombination frequency will be more. If distance between two genes is less and recombination frequency will be less, then linkage is more. Here, distantly located, then linkage is less. This relation you have to understand very well. So write it down in your notebook. Very important. If distance between two genes increases, then recombination frequency increases. If distance between two genes decreases, recombination frequency decreases. Though they are distantly located, though they are closely located, I'll say they are present on the same chromosome. Hence, these two genes are said to be linked. These two genes are also said to be linked. Here, what is the difference? Linkage is more. Here, linkage is less. But both genes are present on the same chromosome, hence we call they are linked genes. So crossing over is possible only between the linked genes only. Crossing over is possible only in linked genes. The linkage may be very close linkage. Linkage is less. Linkage is more. Clear? Now I will explain the first cross. But a diagram. So whenever you see this diagram, you feel very difficult, very technically very difficult. Nothing is there. It's female. Female will have two X chromosomes. This is X chromosome. This is X chromosome. This is a female. Sorry. This is always in a genetic cross, whatever we write in the beginning, that is always female. And this is male, this is X chromosome, and this is Y chromosome. This is X chromosome, Y chromosome, hence it is male. So, you can start here, F1 generation. I will give numbering for the chromosomes 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it will be easy for you to understand. So what are the genes located? YW, plus. In linkage and recombination language, instead of capital letter, capital Y, capital W, we will put plus. A plus is a symbol, indicates that is dominant character. Now you have to make a F1 generation. You have to bring one X from here, 1x from here, that will become female. So have a look here, yellow white, I have taken first x and third x plus plus. Then you bring one X chromosome and one Y chromosome to make it male. So you can take one or two. I have taken one YW and I have taken Y. This has become female. So this is a female and this is male. F1 generation. Clear? If you cross these two, again say 1, 2, 3, 4. So I would like to, without crossing over, tell me two females and two males. I will tell you. So you have to bring one X chromosome, X chromosome, X chromosome, Y chromosome. Was it clear? I want one X from here, one X from here. So first X I have taken, one number I have given yellow white, and third number I have given yellow white. This is one female, and take this X, second X. So plus plus, and I have taken third yellow white. Was it clear? So you have to make males here. One X from here, one Y from here, this side. So first chromosome I have taken yellow white and put a Y. This is a male. And second X chromosome you can take, that is plus plus, and put the Y. This has become males. This has become males. These are females. F2 generation without crossing over. F2 generation without crossing over. Are you getting me? F2 generation without crossing over. So what is the phenotype of this? Yellow white. So yellow white already taken. So this is because of this plus, because of the plus, this is became wild. So wild character is already taken. What is this? Yellow white. What is this? Wild. So these are called as parental combinations. What do you call it as? Parental combinations, like appears to be like a parent, one of the two parents. This is one parent, this is the another parent. The progeny appears like this is yellow white, this parent. This is dominant, this parent. Yellow white, this parent. Dominant, this parent. Without crossing over. Without crossing over. Was it clear? Then let's we see with crossing over. So let us we see what happens with crossing over. Clear? So if possible, there is a small crossing over is possible between yellow and white genes. Then the product will be Y plus, this side YW, and plus W, that side YW. These are two females, so you have to look like this. Then next again Y plus Y plus W Y. These are recombinants. So recombination frequency is 1.3 and parental combination is more. Parental combination is more. So if distance between two genes is less, then recombination frequency always less. Recombination frequency is always lesser. Crossing over will be lesser. Then linkage is more. Linkage is more. In this case, cross A, yellow and white genes are located very closely. Yellow and white genes are located very closely. That is why recombination frequency is very less and parental combination is more. So was it clear? He have taken the same another experiment on the same X and genes present on the X chromosome. This is cross B. Cross B, have a look here. White miniature. Eye color white is recessive. Wings nature miniature is recessive. So these two genes are distantly located. You should have to understand in comparison with the cross A. Clear? Clear beta? So I am writing here female W white miniature, white miniature. This is male, male plus plus Y. Always whatever the female is taken is double recessive. Male is taken double dominant. In the parental generation. So let us we make F1 generation. I put 1, 2, 3, 4 chromosomes. What is 1 is X, 2 is X, 3 is X, 4 is Y. Clear beta? Clear? So I would like to make one female, F1 female, bring one X from here, one X from here. So white miniature, that is plus plus. Second, white miniature, that is plus plus. So in the presence of a dominant plus, it will become normal. This is wild, this is wild. And coming to this side, so I am taking this X. Was it clear? White miniature, and this is Y. And second, white miniature. That's one example is enough. So we have to take F1 generation. F1 generation. Clear? F1 generation has came. Now make F2 generation. F2 generation. X, Y. Clear? Clear? Make first female. X, this one X. 1, 2, 3, 4. I would like to have a combination of 1 and 3. White miniature, and second one is white miniature, and have this X 2 and 3 plus white miniature. So these are females without recombination, okay, without crossing over. Now have the males here. I would like to have 1 and 3, 1 and 4, white miniature, Y. I'd like to have 2 and 4. So plus and Y chromosome. So what you can understand from this process is, if there is no crossing over, have a look here. In the presence of plus, it is wild. This is wild. In the presence of white miniature, this is white miniature. It is the characteristic of one parent. So this is wild, this parent. This is white miniature, this parent. This is wild, this parent. So without crossing over, we will see the parental combinations only. So let us we have a crossing over. And then see what happens in the F2 generation if there is a crossing over. Because crossing over will be there. Distance between two genes is more, hence crossing over will be there. Let us we have. So if we have a crossing over here, then we calculate white plus W plus and plus M. To say first chromosome W plus, bring that X chromosome, white miniature. So next will be plus miniature, next will be WM. These are recombinants. Make the males with recombination. Take this one, W plus Y chromosome. Next plus miniature Y chromosome. These are the recombinants. Here the recombinants are 37.2%. 37.2%. It indicates that if the distance between two genes is more, earlier we have seen the cross A where yellow, white are very close. Hence, the crossing over frequency is 1.3%. Have a look here. These two genes are very closely located. And have a look here. These two genes are distantly located. If two genes are distantly located, then the chances of crossing over is more. The chances of recombinants are more. Hence, Thomas Hunt Morgan can easily understand the percentage recombination frequency is directly proportional to the distance between the two genes. This is 37.2 centimorgans is the distance between two genes. Here the two genes distance is 1.3%. Could you now understand? Cross A and cross B? What is the difference between cross A and cross B? In cross A, two genes are very close, then distance between two genes is less. so that recombination frequency is less. So in cross B, distance between two genes is more, then recombination frequency is more. What you can generalize from here, if the distance between two genes is more, recombination frequency will also be more and crossing over will be more. So let us, we have some numericals here. If there are 4 pairs of chromosomes in Drosophila, number of linkage groups present are. So linkage groups. So this is one important question. Linkage groups is equal to bivalents is equal to Pachyteny tetrads, zygoteny bivalents, Pachyteny tetrads is equal to N. The N indicates haploid set of chromosomes. Haploid set of chromosomes present in a gamete. Haploid set of chromosomes present in a gamete is said to be haploid set of chromosomes present in a gamete. So now there are 4 pairs. He is telling about this is 8 chromosomes. Then what will be the haploid number? 2n is equal to 8, then n is equal to 4. The answer will be 4. So in the same question Drosophila, you can extend the question like number of linkage groups is 4, number of zygoteny bivalents is 4, number of Pachyteny tetrads is 4, and haploid number of chromosomes is also 4. That is equal to n. Clear? The second, alleles of different genes that are same chromosome can occasionally be separated by phenomena called. Just now we have seen the cross B. So earlier W and M genes are present on the same chromosome. Now what happened? W and plus S came. Earlier plus W and M on the same chromosome. Now here plus and miniature on the same different chromosome. It means the linked genes can be separated by. Linked genes can be separated by. No doubt, that is crossing over only can separate. Next, percentage of crossing over is more when. So tell me the answer. How many of you are know? Hi, hello. Show me thumb finger if you are online. If you are online, please show me the thumb finger and tell me the answer if you know. Percentage of crossing over will be more when the distance between two genes is more. So better you select. You have to habituate another feature also. Genes are located on different cells. It's incorrect. Genes are not linked, incorrect. Linked genes are located close to each other, incorrect. Linked genes located apart from each other. This is the correct answer. Clear? If the distance between two genes is more, crossing over will be more. This is distance between two genes is more, crossing over percentage will be more. So distance between two genes is less, crossing over percentage is less. So what I would like to say, percentage of crossing over is more when linked genes are located far apart from each other. If the percentage of the crossing over between two genes is 10, then the distance between the two genes will be, I told you already, the recombination frequency is directly proportional to the distance between DBG, distance between genes, that is 10%, and the distance between two genes is 10 centimorgans. 10 centimorgans. RF, recombination frequency, is directly proportional to the distance between two genes. Then the if the percentage of crossing over between A and B is 10, then the distance between two genes will be 10 centimorgans. Clear? Then repulsion and coupling are the two phases of linkage. So what is repulsion and what is coupling? If capital A, capital A, capital B, capital A, capital B, this is one condition. small a, small b, another parent, small a, small b. So if both dominant letters are present on the homologous chromosomes, this is called as coupling phase. This is called as coupling phase. On a chance, so one letter after crossing over, one letter is dominant letter, another letter is recessive letter, another letter is recessive letter. This is called as repulsion. When two genes are in the same type on the both homologous chromosome, this is coupling. When two genes of a particular combination, one is dominant and another one is recessive, this condition is called as repulsion. Both coupling and repulsion, I have distantly located, I can write like this also, so don't imagine if I distantly located, that is coupling. No coupling. So even though they are distantly located, even though they are closely located, they are said to be linked. If both alleles are dominant on both homologous chromosomes, that is coupling. If both letters, one letter is dominant, one letter is recessive, that is called as repulsion. Both are the features of linkage. Clear? Next, if the percentage of the frequency between the genes A and C is 2%, you have to write it like this. A and C is 2%, then B and C is 13%, B and C is 13%, and B and D is 4%, D is 4%, and A and B is 15%, A and B is 15%. Now what is the correct sequence? C and D is 17%, C and D is 17%. Clear? Now you have to identify the correct sequence of the genes on the chromosome. First, whenever such kind of question comes, you first notify that what is the smallest frequency, what is the largest frequency. Put the largest frequency on both sides. This is C and this is D. C and D are located with 17 centimorgans distance, and C and A are very closely located. This is 2 centimorgans. If three genes are finalized, that C, A, D, what will be the chances? It is the B. Then the correct answer will be this or will be this. C, A, B, D is one correct answer, or else you can have D, B, A, C. Find out it. D, B, A, C is the correct answer. Whenever such kind of question comes, you first observe what is the highest and what is the least. Put the highest at the top edges and put the least with one of the combination. So automatically fourth letter will be located somewhere else in the B. Was it clear? Now I can justify C and D 17 centimorgans. This is 2 centimorgans. A and B, what is given? It is 15 centimorgans, but you have to keep certain distance. B 15 centimorgans and B and D 4 centimorgans. So something else you can notify, but correct order only he is asked. So I'll go for D, B, A, C. So this is all about for today's class, linkage. I hope you understand linkage well. Thank you very much. We'll meet in the next class with a new side heading. Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye. Have a good day.
Good morning. How are you all doing? Today we try to have an idea about the phylum Chordata. The word Chordata is derived from the Greek word chorda means, or the chord means string, ata means group. So all chordates, they are expected to have notochord, a string-like structure present on dorsal side of the animal that supports as well as provides attachment for the muscles is present at least in some stage, either during embryonic stage or maybe in the adult. So we have four fundamental characters that are to be present in the chordates, either during embryonic stage or maybe in the adult, right? So the characters are: number one, notochord; nouchord; pharyngeal gill slits; and postanal tail. These four are fundamental chordate characters, right? These characters should be present at any stage in the life cycle, then only we can consider them as a chordate, either during embryonic stage or maybe in the adult, right? First let us see what is notochord. Notochord is a structure that is developed from mesoderm This is derived from the structure called as the chorda mesoderm. Now we call ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm as germ layers. Okay, these germ layers will be producing all the structures in the organism. They develop from these three layers. That's why we call them as germ layers. Okay, and mesoderm, the cells which are specialized to form notochord are called as chorda mesoderm, which forms only the notochord. This notochord is solid. This is present on the dorsal side of the gut, or it lies above the gut. It will be providing support to the body, and it also provides surface for attachment of muscles. Right? So to have the clear idea about location, I will give you the diagram. This will be helping you. In the book you have the cross section all along the length of the animal. This is a transverse section. So in this transverse section, say for example, this is gut or alimentary canal. Above the gut, so this is the structure, the solid notochord. Above the notochord is nouchord. So this is the transverse section of a chordate that will give you the idea about the location of the notochord, nouchord and alimentary canal. So questions will be framed on the location of these three structures. Okay. So notochord lies above the alimentary canal or dorsal to the gut, and it lies below nouchord. Okay, it lies below the nerve cord and it is solid structure and it is replaced, it get replaced in many chordates partially or completely by vertebral column. Right? Vertebral column develops from this notochord in case of vertebrates. Either it get replaced completely or partially, and this vertebral column is again maybe either made up of cartilage or it may be made up of a bony structure. Okay? And the notochord is persistent. This is important. This is persistent, that means this is present throughout the life in case of cephalochordates. This is persistent in cephalochordates, cyclostomes, chondrichthyes, right. Here you will find the notochord is not completely replaced, it is still persistent in the adult, right. So, these example you need to remember where it contains the animals contain the notochord, it is not being replaced completely. And notochord will be helping in supporting the body and helps for attachment of muscles, and this is its location. The origin is from mesoderm. That is structure called notochord. The second structure is nerve cord. Nerve cord develops from ectoderm. Right. So, as I said, this is hollow structure, this is filled with the fluid, and this is again replaced in case of vertebrates. Anterior part will become brain, posterior part develops as spinal cord, right. Even the nerve cord will be getting replaced as the brain and spinal cord in case of the vertebrates. This is present as a nerve cord in case of the chordates called protochordates. Okay, and we have nerve cord being different in chordates and non-chordates. In case of chordates, the notochord is on the dorsal side, whereas in non-chordate this is on ventral side. In chordate this is a single structure, whereas in non-chordate they are double. In chordate it is hollow in nature, whereas in non-chordates this is solid. In chordates you don't find ganglia, ganglia are absent, that is what we say non-ganglionated. In non-chordates the notochord has ganglia, what is named as ganglionated. Okay, so this won't be given in NCERT as separate structures, but you are expected to understand and you should remember these. Okay, the nerve cord in chordates and non-chordates is different. In chordate it is a single structure present on dorsal side, it is a hollow and it is filled with the fluid being named as cerebrospinal fluid in case of the chordates, right. And we don't have ganglia in chordate, but non-chordates they have ganglia, like in cockroach, or you may be knowing we have thoracic ganglia and abdominal ganglia. that is now cord, and the third one is the pharyngeal slits or pharyngeal gill slits. Pharynx should be opening outside through paid apertures called as pharyngeal slits. These are paid apertures or paid slits. Through these apertures or the slits you will find pharynx will be opening outside, and they are functional as gills up to fishes. From amphibia onwards, that is adult amphibians, reptiles, aves and mammals, these are present as non-functional structures. During embryonic stage, we also have them. We also have pharyngeal slits when we are developing, right? So they are present as non-functional structures. That's why we come under chordate. And the fourth character is pharyngeal. After the pharyngeal slits we have post-anal tail. So chordates, the tail lies behind anus. Post means behind. Okay, tail is present behind anus. So tail is a structure that is solid. Okay, tail in chordates is solid. That means, do you find coelom present? Coelom is absent, as well as tail is without internal structures being called viscera. Tail in chordates is a solid structure. That means it doesn't possess any coelom and you don't find any internal structures or internal organs are absent, the viscera are absent, right? So this is the structure in case of terrestrial animals. Tail will be helping in balancing. In case of aquatic animals, tail will be helping in swimming. Okay, tail in case of the land animals or the terrestrial, if at all the animal has, it will be helping in balancing the organism, and if it is the case with the aquatic, it will be helping in swimming or propelling the animal. If you might have seen a fish, the fish will be moving its tail laterally, so that it propels the fish from behind forwards. So the tail fin or the caudal fin will be helping there for swimming activity. So these are the four fundamental chordate characters called notochord, nerve cord, pharyngeal slits and postanal tail. These four characters are to be remembered in detail, and these characters should be present at any stage in the life cycle, either during embryonic stage or maybe in the adult, right? Besides these characters, we also have the other characters in general, like they are all triploblastic, right? They all are coelomates. Chordates are having coelom called antrocoelom. They are bilaterally symmetrical, they are metamerically segmented, okay, and this phylum is divided into the three subphylums being called as the Urochordata, Cephalochordata and Vertebrata. Okay, this phylum is divided as the group being called Protochordates, that will include Urochordates and Cephalochordates. This is the phylum. This is divided as 3 subphylums being called Urochordata, Cephalochordata and Vertebrata. Right? These are the 3 subphylums. So, subphylum called Urochordata is also named as Tunicata. So, this is named as Urochordata because the chordate characters of notochord and nouchord, these 2 structures are present in the tail of larval stage. They are absent in adult. Uro or aura means tail. Right? So, chordate characters are present in the larval stage and the larval tail. That is why the phylum is named as Urochordate. It is called Tunicata because the body is covered by a coat. Okay, body is covered by a coat or tunic. This tunic is made up of a substance called tunicin. Tunicin is similar to cellulose. So, animals, as you know, they do not have cellulose. So, Urochordate will become special group in case of the Animalia where they have cellulose being present. That forms the body protective cover, or the coat is being formed by the cellulose like substance called tunicin. And Urochordates, this group is special by having this tunicin, and they also are special where they have open type of circulation. Circulation is not closed type in all chordates. Urochordates have open type of circulation, and this is represented by, we got 3 examples being given there called Salpa, Accidia and Doliolum. Right? Cephalochordata, this phylum is named as Cephalochordata because the notochord extends from head region to the tail region of the body. Right? It is extended, the notochord get extended from right from the head to the tail. Or anterior most end of the animal to the tail region, you will find the notochord. Okay, and this group is having the speciality or the special feature of protonephridia. Okay, in case of excretion, if you remember, the excretory structures will start developing in case of platyhelminthes, where they contain protonephridia or the flame cells. The same protonephridia are also present in cephalochordates. It is not mentioned here in this Animalia phylum, you will be learning in excretion. Okay, So, protonephridia are seen in cephalochordates. Cephalochordate, they contain all chordate characters in the adult stage. Cephalochordates, they contain all chordate characters in the adult stage. That's why we call cephalochordates as typical chordates. Okay? Cephalochordates are named as typical chordate because all chordate characters are seen in the adult. You don't have urochordate having chordate characters in the adult. In vertebrata, you don't find chordate characters in adult. Okay, here notochord is present in the larval tail. In vertebrata, notochord will be there only in the embryonic stage, not in the adult. But in cephalochordates, all chordate characters are seen in the adult. That's why they are named as typical chordates. And notochord is also persistent here. Okay, and this group is having the example branchiostoma. Branchiostoma is also named as amphioxus. They are commonly named as lancelets. Branchiostoma, the amphioxus or lancelets, which are the cephalochordates, which are typical chordates. All chordate characters are seen in the adult stage of the animal. Urochordates and cephalochordates together, we consider them as a group called protochordates. Okay, so protochordate is not taxon. That means it's not like phylum or subphylum, something like that. It is just a group, right? A group named as protochordates, cephalo and urochordates. Vertebrata, as you know, the name itself indicates where the vertebral column is present in place of the notochord. Notochord get replaced by vertebral column in the adult. So we'll deal about the details of vertebrates. Vertebrata is the subphylum where the notochord is replaced partially or completely right with the help of either the cartilage or a bony vertebral column replaces. So statements like vertebral column is always made up of bones goes wrong. Right? If you got a statement like all vertebrates have a bony vertebral column means wrong, because we have the two groups like cyclostomes where it is made up of cartilage. As you know, we have fishes called cartilage fishes. There also the vertebral column is cartilage. So vertebral column is not always bony in nature. It may be either bony or cartilage. So notochord get replaced by bony or cartilage vertebral column, and the group is having the other characters beside the chordate characters. They have a ventral heart. Heart is located ventrally. Heart is not dorsal. Heart present on dorsal side is the non-chordate character. Like for example, cockroach. Cockroach has a 13-chambered heart on the dorsal side of the body. In the chordates, you will find the heart lies on ventral side, and heart is myogenic. Heart in case of chordates or vertebrates is myogenic. Myo means muscle, genic means origin. Heart is not regulated by nervous system, it is regulated by itself. Some of the cardiac muscle fibers, they get modified as pacemaker, and the pacemaker starts the beat. Whereas in non-chordates, it is neurogenic, that means nervous system controls that. But in chordates, it is myogenic heart, and the heart may be 2-chambered, 3-chambered, or it may be 4-chambered. We have a muscular pumping organ called as the heart pumping the blood, that may have 2 to 4 chambered heart lying on ventral side, and it is the myogenic heart. And vertebrates, they have paired appendages. Vertebrates have paired appendages, maybe like fins in fishes, and they may be limbs in case of the group called tetrapoda. In tetrapods, we will find the limbs called forelimbs and hind limbs helping in locomotion. In case of fishes, the fins will be helping in locomotion. Right? Beside these, the other characters will be common like triploblastic nature, bilateral symmetry, the coelom called enterocoelom, mathematical segmentation, right? They all will be common for vertebrates. And this subphylum is divided, vertebrata is subdivided as 2 different divisions basing on the presence or absence of jaws. If jaws are absent, they come under a division called anatha. G silent, we pronounce it as natha, anatha. If jaws are present, they come under the division called gnathostomata. Na means jaws, stomium means mouth. Here we place the prefix a, that means without. These are jawless vertebrates, these are jawed vertebrates. Right? So, jawless vertebrates include only one living class. We have only one living class coming under this, the class called cyclostomata. Whereas the division gnathostomata is divided into 2 superclasses named as Pisces and Tetrapoda. Okay, jawed vertebrates are divided into 2 different superclasses, a level present above the class being called. Pisces will include 2 classes called class Chondrichthyes or cartilage fishes and the class Osteichthyes or bony fishes. Right? Tetrapoda. What do you mean by tetra? Tetra means 4, isn't it? Right? So we have 4 legs. Do we have 4 legs? We also have 4 legs, isn't it? We walked on 4 legs. In the initial stages, we walked on 4 legs, or rather we crawled on 4 legs, and slowly we balanced ourselves on the 2 legs, and we started walking on 2 legs. Okay. So we all come under tetrapoda. This will include classes. You'll have classes named as amphibia, reptilia, aves and mammalia. All this will come under the superclass called tetrapoda. Fishes will come under the superclass called as the Pisces, right? So this is the classification of vertebrates into the 2 different divisions, and divisions into the 2 different superclasses, and classes including the superclass includes the cartilage fishes, bony fishes. Tetrapoda includes amphibians, reptiles, aves and mammals, right? So this is the overall classification of the chordates. So whatever we discussed just now, all things should be remembered completely for the NEET exam. They may not be mentioned as such in the NCERT, but you are expected to know all this. This is all NCERT based. Okay? And there are certain things related to this chordates, certain terminology you are expected to know, right? The things like, we divide the vertebrates into 2 different groups called cold-blooded animals and warm-blooded animals. You may be knowing, isn't it? Now what do you mean by cold-blooded animals and warm-blooded animals? Cold-blooded means blood will be cold. Blood in the animals will remain cool or cold. We divide the animals as cold-blooded and warm-blooded. Right? So we have terms referred to as cold-blooded are also called ectothermal animals. Warm-blooded are called endothermal animals. Ecto means outside, therma means heat. Cold-blooded animals are the animals where their body temperature will be changed or will get altered by the outside temperature. Temperature comes from outside environment. Whatever temperature is there outside, body temperature is according to that, it will be either raised to environmental temperature or decreases based on environment. They cannot maintain a constant temperature. Cold-blooded animals, they cannot maintain constant temperature. Their temperature gets altered based on outside temperature, whereas warm-blooded animals, they can maintain a constant temperature, right? Cold-blooded animals are also called poikilothermic animals. Cold-blooded are called poikilothermic animals. Warm-blooded can also refer to as homeothermic animals or homeothermal animals. The temperature remains same. Temperature remains constant. Endo means inside, therma means heat. They generate heat from inside. They don't derive heat from outside. Okay. We maintain our own temperature by spending some energy, we generate heat. So you are expected to know all these terms related to cold-blooded and warm-blooded, right? And cold-blooded will include examples: fishes, amphibians, and reptiles. Fishes, amphibians, reptiles will come under cold-blooded, whereas the remaining called as birds and mammals, they are warm-blooded, right? Now, as the temperature increases or decreases, as you may be knowing, we'll find all our metabolic activities are regulated by enzymes, isn't it? Like you learnt in botany that respiration will be involving the steps like Krebs cycle, electron transport, and glycolysis. Each step is regulated by a number of enzymes, and all enzymes are sensitive to temperature, all enzymes are sensitive to pH. So when temperature gets altered drastically, or when there is a lot of fluctuation, then organism metabolism get affected. Now, how do they escape from the temperature changes? How do the organisms called cold-blooded animals, how do they escape from the temperature changes? They undergo a dormant period, isn't it? They undergo an inactive period or dormant period. If it is the winter, we call it as winter sleep, isn't it? Similarly, during summer, they undergo an inactive period or a dormant period called as estivation. Summer sleep is called estivation, winter sleep is called hibernation. To avoid excess of these temperatures, they go for a dormant period. They spend that period inactively, where they remain dormant or inactive, and they come back to the normal life when temperatures are again favorable. So winter sleep is called hibernation, summer sleep is called estivation. Like that, they avoid the fluctuations in temperature. Whereas we don't have problem. We don't have problem about according to the outside temperature. We don't change our body temperatures. Our temperatures will remain constant, right? So this is one you need to remember called cold-blooded, warm-blooded, and this is additional or extra information. Vertebrates, they can be divided into two groups based on the presence or absence of extra embryonic membranes. We have membranes called amnion, chorion, allantois, and yolk sac. If these membranes are present during embryonic development, they come under amniota, right? If these membranes are absent during the embryonic development, they come under anamniota. We place a prefix "an" before it. So that is another grouping of vertebrates being called amniotes and anamniotes. We have two groups being named as amniota, and the other group is having the prefix "an". So amniota contains, or they possess, the membranes called amnion, chorion, allantois, and yolk sac. These four membranes, we call them as extra embryonic membranes, or we call them as fetal membranes, which will be helping in supporting the embryonic development by doing the different functions, right. Amnion, as you know, this is a double-layered structure having a fluid called amniotic fluid that will allow all the embryos to develop in the liquid medium, so that the embryos will be prevented from any desiccation and any abnormality. Chorion, in case of the human bodies, along with the allantois will form placenta. Yolk sac, as you know, it will be storing the yolk that will be helping in providing nourishment to the developing embryo. Okay. So, these membranes, when they are present, then it comes under the group called amniota. This will include reptiles, aves and mammals. Right. So, amniotes, they are adapted for terrestrial life or the land life. These are the animals that are able to lead a successful land life. They can develop successfully on land. So, that is why they are provided with these membranes. Anamniota is the group where these layers are absent here, right. The amnion, chorion, allantois, yolk sac are absent. So, this includes two groups, one is the fishes, the other one is the amphibians. Right. So, fishes and amphibians, where do the development takes place? Fishes and amphibians, where do they develop? Do they develop on land or do they develop in water? Right? They develop in water, isn't it? So, as they develop in water, there is no necessity of possessing these membranes. As they develop in water, they do not require the amnion, chorion or allantois. That is why the membranes are absent here, and membranes are present in the rest of the group called amniota. So, these are successful land animals where they can lay eggs on land and development can take place on land. Whereas these group called fishes and amphibians, they cannot lay eggs on land. The eggs are very thin membrane, they do not have shell, and if they lay eggs on land, they dry and the egg inside will be killed or embryo inside may be killed. Only amniotes are adapted to lead a land life. So, the terms you remember called amniota and anamniota, right? These are also may be asked related to the group called as the vertebrates. And vertebrates, all of them, they have closed type of circulation, right, where they have the heart pumping the blood, where the blood will be circulated only among the or inside the closed circuit formed by the blood vessels called as the arteries will carry the blood away from heart. It will be distributing through capillaries, and capillaries will join to form veins. Veins will return the blood to heart, right. So, that is common in case of the vertebrates where you have 2 chambered to 3 chambered then 4 chambered heart. This is broadly the outlook of the chordates and vertebrates, right. I think you got an idea about the phylum Chordata. Some of the things they are not mentioned in NCERT as such in the particular chapter. So, overall when you go for the NEET exam, that is NEET 25, you are expected to know all this. These are all NCERT based. Okay, right? I hope you got the things related. If you have any doubts, you can message us. Okay, right? Thank you. Have a good day.